Thursday the 8th of June, and I'm just in preparation to go away west again. I know I'm heading away a lot these times, but these things have to be done. But a quick video, out of my way, girl. I let them into this place here now, and this hasn't been grazed in around 40 days, and it hasn't rained on it for over 20 of them. And this is the grass that they're grazing. Absolutely lovely. Lovely lush grass. This here I was talking about last year is a kind of, what I said, it was a fertility hotspot. It grows super well up here. Whatever happened up here in the years before me, it grows super well. But this was grazed, as I said, 40 days ago, and was grazed twice over the winter, and once already this growing season. And we're almost, I suppose, technically in a drought here now in Ireland, an Irish style drought. No rain for 3 weeks, and this is the grass we have, so I am very happy with that. It was topped. I grazed it off and I topped it at the end of April sometime, around the 20th of April I think. So there's enough in here. The fence goes down as far as here, up along, and it goes behind that hedge about this distance from that hedge, again on the far side, and at the back of that hedge as well my fence is, so they have access to all them trees and bushes and ivy and all that forage. So we're expecting a little bit of rain. I think there's going to be showers this weekend. We could do with showers, to be honest. It'd be nice. And it's going to warm up again next week. There's a bit of a breeze in it, which spells a bit of a change. So there's something going on different over the weekend. So the cows are content, and I can go away and not worry. So I will add this to a video later on. So I'm still here. I'm actually just noticing something here. I said I'd take a record of it. There's a lovely green patch in there where the cows are grazing, but I remember actually it was last February gone that I fed them in here. I remember because the cow that went down on me was down over here, and I came over one of the evenings with a round bale of hay, and I dropped it right there, and I just rolled it down the hill, and the cows ate it, and they urinated on it, they dunged on it, and they slept on it. And that's the lovely green grass that's after growing up. There's a line of grass right in the middle there, the width of a bale. That is amazing. And the sun is in the way a bit, but if you notice, it's that bit lighter here, and when you go in here you can see the length of the grass, the difference. That's unbelievable. So there you go, lots of carbon, lots of fertility, lots of growth. And they're getting fat. Hang on, Mal. So we're now the 9th of June. I'm just getting prepared now to head on down west, and since I made the last video about our bull that we're going to use for this season, I said I would show what the bulls from last year are looking like now at the minute. So I'm just getting prepared now to head down west. I have them on a couple of fields here I have at the back of the house, so they're close to home, and they were on this area here, and they're on kind of 2-day moves now at the minute. Now there's only the 4 cattle here. I'm getting stuck in briars, hang on. There's only the 4 cattle here. There's them 2 bulls there. We have Maverick Ella here, the black one in the middle. She is another bucket reared heifer. And then we have our Galloway hybrid. He's a bullock. He was squeezed last January. So this is the 2 bulls. Now the plan is when our Galloway comes and goes, these will be going into the herd. They'll all be rejoining the herd. I must take out this lady here actually. She is immature for her age because she was only bucket reared. So she hasn't come bulling yet, but if she does, I'm going to have to take her out and give her an out shot. By right, she should have been gone already. These two could have gone back to the herd actually. But just to keep the grass down, I have them here because the rest of the cows are down on the bigger land and it's just the way it worked out. So Mal, you stay there, don't come in. So these bulls are now, they were born, they're 14 months old now. The darker roan here is a slightly smaller frame to his brother there at the back. He's going to be a larger bull. This fella has shorter legs and a buttier type. More probably suitable to the grass based or the grass only system. So what I'm at here now at the minute, they were on this place here now for a couple of days. I had the fence down the middle here. They were in here and then I gave them this. So you can see what they're tending to do now is eat it down very tight where the clover is. And leaving the rest of the, well, they're eating a lot of that longer stuff as well, but they're doing a great bit of trampling too. So I'm going to open up this fence here. I had it half open and I sent my little girl down. I'm bringing my daughter down with me today, so she's not at school. So I'm going to leave them into this square here. It's about, oh, it's only a little garden, but there's lots of stuff in it and there's lots of clover. So they had, or they were getting that little bit runny with the clover, the high protein. Now these bulls, Mal, go up to the ditch there. Stay away from him, just to be sure, He's curious about you. These are quiet bulls now, but you'll never just leave them on their own in a field with your daughter. Come up here, you know. Go on, get up. Go on, back up. Back up. Right, stay over there, Mal. Don't come in. Anyhow, where was I? Yeah, let me just pause this now and I'll be back in a sec. I just want to show something here real quick, Mal. You can see here also, real quick, the trample effect that the cattle have had. All that soil armour. So there's literally lots of protection there now from the hot sun. And there's a worm cast in there now. So they're still working even though it's dry. That's my protection for the winter and the summer. So I'm very pleased with that.
Look at all the buggies.
Yeah, lots of them, lots of them. So yeah, I actually just thought I'd stick this in. I'm making this last, but I'll stick it in the middle of the video. I'll just show here, I was asked about how I got water around the place. But basically, I just have a half barrel here. I drilled a hole in it low. I put my ball cock on it. That's just a bit of a frame. This is an old drinker I made years ago and it's still holding up. So I have the ball on a string so that when it's full, all you have is the ball on the top and the ball cock is safe down at the bottom of the half barrel here. So the only thing you have to make sure is now when you drill your hole, this is a 1/2 inch fitting here. When you drill your hole, make sure you have your washes on either side and tighten them up good and tight with the brass nut. There's some with plastic nuts. Get the brass nut and you can tighten it good and tight. So that's filling away there now. So the next thing you need to have then is your garden hoses. I just use garden hoses and we have serious pressure here on the group water. I think it's up as far as 7 bar in places. I have to reduce it down coming into the house, but it's actually not reduced up here in the field. So what I have here now is, watch this now. It's basically a garden hose with a one-way valve on it.
So when I push this down onto the fitting here, it pushes that little black lad there back and allows the water through. So if it ever pops off, it won't leak or piss all over the place. So another little thing now, when you're buying these as well, is make sure some of them comes with 2 of them little teeth, but make sure you have 3 teeth. There's them white little lads there. Make sure there's 3 on it. That makes for that extra strength. So I push this in here now. And she's away. To be honest with you, that steel yoke there now is a hindrance sometimes. If it gets really low, it can get caught in it. But it never goes low. I must fix that up. So anyhow, I have a garden hose here, a fairly good quality garden hose. You can buy them for, they come in 50-meter rolls. So if you go and get yourself a 50-meter garden hose, and then you run a garden tap around the farm in strategic places, in crossroads of fields, like I have here, literally a tap. So you can plug in, and if you've got 50 meters and you join another 50 meters, that's 100 meters in any direction, works out at a 200-meter diameter or radius. 100-meter radius, which is 100 meters in opposite directions, which is a 200-meter distance. That covers a lot of ground on any size operation. So yeah, I just thought I'd say that real quick and stick it in the middle of this little video. So there you go. So yeah, what was I on about? Yeah, there's lots of clover in here. These yearlings here got 2 bags of meal each. As I said, for training purposes, when I squeezed that Galloway here, I cut the horns of these other 2. And they came up here and the cows went back to where they were. So they've been here rotating through the land at the home place here, and they had 2 bags of meal, as I said, and that's it then. They're off any nuts now. So that was just so that if they ever got out, they'd come to the bucket shaking, and that works very well, I think. But they're back on full grass only. So when the real grass started to grow, the spring flush, when we had all that clover up, they did tend to get a little bit runny. You can see that there's a little bit of dried in dung now on the Galloway, and even that black lady there. So they did get a little bit scoury with the lush grass, but that has firmed up again now. So I didn't like seeing that, but sure, that's just the way it is until their stomachs catch up on that lush grass. So they have an ideal mixture in here though. As I said, there's lots of clover and there's lots of different grass species in here to balance them up. This place has never been fertilized in over 12 years. 12 years, and it's already been grazed. The last time they were in here was around 40 days as well, I think 45 days ago. And it was grazed twice over the winter and once already this spring. So that is what our bulls are looking like. These lads will, as I say, go back into the herd in August, and whatever hasn't been bred by the Galloway, these should breed. So I'm very happy with these 2 now. This lad here now is very like his father. He's a good broad shoulder on him and a good flat back. This lad here is going to be a bigger frame. He's not as broad in the shoulder. He might have a slightly better end. Well, there's not much in the difference now. But just this smaller fella here with the shorter leg, I tended to admire a little bit more than his comrade here. But then people that have seen them rather this fella. So it's whatever you're into, I suppose. So they are going to be in here now for the next. I'm home again on Sunday. So on Sunday I will then, let me just go in tight to the Galloway here now. This lad is a bullock. I intend on processing this fella myself. So he is 50% Galloway and 50% shorthorn. This is the kind of calves I'm hoping I will get next year when I introduce that red and white Galloway bull for this year. He'll be crossing with all the cattle. So he definitely is broad in front. His father was broad in front. The Galloways tend to be very strong on the shoulder. Square. None of these breeds have amazing back ends on them, like the Continentals, but they're square. There's enough on them. So yeah, they have a good slab on their backs, which I like. They're the expensive cuts. But as you can see, the amount of grass that's in here now, it's actually overgrown. It's gone to meadow-ish. So it's hard to keep up on it. But once they get this grazed off and trampled down, there should be a lovely regrowth now coming on it. So because of that Galloway now, I still have to use 2 fences. They tend to go under. Well, he tends to go under. So I have 2 wires here, and the back fence is only 1 wire. Obviously to be less pressure on the back fence, to not be grazing along underneath it. So if I stand out here now and turn these bulls around and get them looking up the hill, you get a better look at them. So them bulls there now have a fresh TB test, all clear. 2 half brothers out of 2 half sisters, actually, now that I think of it. No, they're not 2 half sisters, I'm wrong there. No, they're 2 half sisters, 2 completely different shorthorn mothers. Get up there, turn up. Yeah, so he's going to be a strong animal. So that's grass fat only on their backs. A couple of bags made no real difference in them. Just keeping them tame. So I better go down now. I'm going to have a cup of tea now and have a bite to eat. I'm going to hit the road. So I'll either post this evening or add to it. If I don't add to it, I'll say good luck and goodbye. If I do add to it, I'll see you in a sec. So the weather is still holding up and it's beautiful. So yeah, for now I'll say good luck and goodbye.